Opie is here, and his show starts now.
How nice is that, Kid Cudi? There they are. Just in time for the show, boys. What's going on? Stunt Brain just walked in, and the Mad Cuban. I thought I was just going to, talk to myself. I'm not used to just talking to myself. I know I could do it, Stunt Brain. I know I could do a radio show with no one in this fucking studio. Sure. So, stop giving me that sideways look. But I like doing it with people. And I was panicking a little bit because that song was fading, and I'm like, where's my guys?
I was eating sushi downstairs with Roland.
What kind of sushi?
Tuna belly. It was really good.
I don't like the tuna belly.
Oh, I love it.
The tuna belly has a weird texture, right?
Roland eats like if you're bringing a homeless person to a fucking restaurant. He's got rice on his fucking shirt and shit. It's fucking embarrassing.
You could put his shirt in hot water and make soup.
One nipple was hard, one was soft. I just didn't want to eat. I just want to come back out.
He enjoys his food, my friend. You should see his desk. We need a dust broom to get up all the crumbs and the morsels that are all over the place.
Drank all my soda. It's just a fucking...
Why didn't he get his own soda?
He doesn't know which soda's who. He drinks all the soda on the table.
Yeah. All right. I got to say, I played Kid Cudi Confused, and that one's going out to Pete Davidson. That's right. Our pal Pete Davidson, who's out there in L.A., promoting his special that's going to be on Comedy Central tomorrow night at 11 p.m.
I was going to ask, I got word he got bounced from SNL because I didn't see him until one sketch last week, and he was in the background in a green suit.
Well, I guess he had a slow week, that's all.
Or maybe he had a project out west. Who knows?
Well, I think he wants to promote a special. It's called SMD.
SMD.
Yeah, and it's not Suck My Dick.
Okay.
Well, technically it is Suck My Dick, but this is how he got it by everybody. That's his father's initials, and his father died on 9/11. So his special is called Pete Davidson's SMD. Comedy Central special airs Saturday at 11.
Does he have the funnel in it?
Uh-huh.
Remember the funnel?
What's the funnel?
He talked about he wanted to do that sketch about the funnel in the morning, the pee funnel.
Oh, no, he did not do that. I saw the special. It's very, very good. I think the people are going to like it. So I hate the drugs, but I love the numb. Kid Cudi Confused. Because Pete Davidson's a big Kid Cudi fan.
Why not?
Actually, he said recently, and he should have said it on our show, Paul, by the way. I go to Paul now for a second.
I like Kid Cudi.
No, he said on someone else's show that Kid Cudi saved his life. There it is. Pete Davidson of Saturday Night Live says Kid Cudi saved my life.
Wow.
And the story went everywhere. Thanks, Pete. I could use the help with the new show. Why are you laughing at that? That's not funny.
That's funny.
It's not funny.
Oh, it's the tone.
Well, don't make me go on Yelp.
Oh, fuck.
Don't make me go on Yelp.
I tracked a Yelper down.
Did you?
You tracked a Yelper down.
I had this Yelper.
Yeah.
She fucking yelped the shit out of my restaurant. So I know everybody in town, and with the little picture from Yelp, I'm just going around I'm looking for a lost
like a
fucking
cop.
dog.
You're
you know
doing
this fucking see you next Tuesday.
Seen this girl?
Do you know this? See you next Tuesday. They're like, no, I don't know her. I found her.
Did you put her picture up in the restaurant?
I knocked on her door. I said, "Why'd you write that?" Shh, blacked out. Yelp review gone.
Yeah, but all right, so you found the Yelper, but then what did you do?
I went to her house. I knocked on her door.
Yeah, but then what did you do?
Nothing. She took the review down.
Oh, you got her to take the review down.
She thought I was like a psycho.
Yeah, because Yelp won't take it down for you.
No.
And Yelp knows that there's a lot of assholes out there just doing fake reviews.
I'm with Yelp. Yelp nominated me the best Yelp restaurants in New Jersey. They'd fly me out of San Francisco as a New Jersey representative on the 28th.
You're going to be representing Yelp?
No, New Jersey at Yelp.
At Yelp.
What do they call the awards? The Yelpies?
I don't know.
What are they doing?
I don't know. I didn't answer any of the emails. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting a free trip to San Francisco.
That's good.
Well, that's good, yeah.
I'll go to anything.
It's a restaurant. It's kind of a good restaurant town, too.
And you think so?
Yeah, I do.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
I think it's a tornado of assholes.
I went to an Ethiopian restaurant in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then I went to a sushi place that is sort of like a strip club.
Oh, I like that.
Not really, though. The girls are in bikinis, but they're dancing like it's a strip club as they're serving sushi to you. Really strange place, but it was awesome.
Did they have the sushi on the girl?
No, I've never done that.
Seen that?
I've seen it. I've seen the pictures online, but I've never done that.
That's gross.
Why?
I don't know, because, maybe
I think it's just stupid. How about that?
What happens if she's a whore?
I think it just is stupid.
What are the odds she's not? Look at her.
Good point.
I think it's stupid because it looks like she's dead because she can't really move through the whole dinner, right?
Oh, that's a good-looking one.
She looks like a corpse. I don't know.
It's a little bizarre.
It's more than bizarre. I wouldn't like my sushi that way, right? Mm-mm. And then I would feel bad for the girl.
I don't feel bad for her. I care less about her.
You start taking off the last piece, and you go, oh, you get nervous.
And then I'm like, oh, no, I love tuna, and the tuna's near her cunt. Fuck!
That would be wrong.
What?
Tuna belly? No.
Oh, man, I love tuna, but...
Opie scares me. Once he blindsided me with Phil Collins the other day, I was fucking terrified of you.
Why?
Oh, dude, when you asked him if
I'm starting to feel good again.
The money back, I didn't even know what to do. I wanted to hide under the table.
Well, I mean, it was one of the biggest divorce settlements ever.
Huge.
And then Phil Collins turns around and gets back together with her. I don't know how you get past that, where she took you for everything. Not everything, but a huge chunk of your money. And then fast forward a bunch of years, and he gets back together with her. So I asked Mr. Collins if she gave the money back.
But she kind of did if they're back together.
I got hot inside. Like I was like, fucking, I couldn't look at anybody. It was just fucking, I just wanted my mom to come and pick me up.
It's my favorite thing to do in the world is to make people very uncomfortable around me.
God.
And I wasn't sure how he was going to take it. Then I was kind of relieved that he was all right.
And he looked through his glasses like he's got these little Monopoly guy spectacles.
Yeah.
And he's fucking, they're all steamed up and shit.
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
I love the Live Aid stories he was telling. That was crazy. Flying the Concorde by yourself?
Was he by himself? I mean, he had people.
Yeah, but he said it just came down to him. All the other people were supposed to come.
Do you believe that?
I do. I do, because all those guys would have bailed out. Duran and the...
For the youngsters, back in 1985, it was Live Aid, and Phil Collins played on two continents, in one day. He played in London,
Wembley,
and then Philadelphia.
And then Philly.
And so he jumped on a Concorde after his set over there in London, and then made it to Philadelphia later in the day to play again. And everyone looked at him like, what a fucking asshole. What a pompous asshole. How much do you need, Mr. Collins? I remember being just a fan back then. I just remember it being really cool. Like, holy fuck, this is pretty cool.
Who wouldn't want to do that? That was the biggest event on the globe.
Yeah. But then he said that a whole bunch of other artists were supposed to do it with him. It was supposed to be this big thing where a whole bunch do the show there, and then they go to Philadelphia. And then supposedly that seemed a little fishy, but I don't know. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. He said that everyone bailed, and then it was just him on the Concorde. Which
would be, if that happened, I hope there's a picture of it somewhere. Just him on the empty Concorde flying across because it was like $6,000 a ticket one way on the Concorde.
Right.
So it wasn't cheap.
Why don't they do that again? The Concorde was awesome.
They retired the Concorde.
After the crash, there was one crash.
That wasn't a bad crash. That was a normal one.
Well, it tends to make people a little nervous. Nervous.
When you land at Heathrow, you go over this aerospace museum, and there's a Concorde out there on a runway. So it's still there.
Right.
I assume, maybe we could have that again.
You set up your laptop for this silly show?
Oh, it's force of habit. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, we're just going to make this up as we go, and this guy's setting up a laptop.
I feel all weird.
He's already Googling. I know, you're making us look bad.
I was trying to charge my phone.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a plug, and it'll charge off.
Speaking of plane crashes, Mike Pence is playing last night.
Yeah, that was close.
At LaGuardia. But everyone that lives in the New York area... Huh?
Thanks, Obama. Obama did it. Rock.
But you've had near misses at LaGuardia. LaGuardia's got those short runways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everyone in the New York City area, we don't like LaGuardia. They come in too steep. They take off too steep. It's really it's a little scary.
And you saw how close he got to the road?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could see the Circle K from where the plane stopped.
Yeah, one of the reporters was saying that they could see the Circle K across the street because it ended up on the grass, right?
Yeah.
What do you need me to do?
Nothing.
So, that was really close. And
he's still too loud?
He sounds like he's in another room.
Me? Do you want me to switch mics?
I didn't think you said anything that great yet, so I didn't really care.
Well, that's good.
Here it comes.
We still got 2.5 hours. Plenty of time.
I want to go home already. I just got here.
Is that better? Is that better, Eric?
We'll try.
Okay. But do you know what they put at the end of the runway to slow down the plane?
I don't think they don't put anything.
Come on.
No, they got these things.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something at the end of the runway that just rips up, and it's supposed to slow down the plane.
Kind of like the thing that says was severe tire damage at the car return place.
Well,
arrestor bed.
Arrestor beds, they're called? Yeah. Does anyone know how an arrestor bed works? Because I saw the aftermath. It's just the whole runway is just chewed up, and that, whatever the technology is, it slows down the plane, obviously, before it goes. Isn't it the bay over there?
Well, I don't know if they were on the bay side, but you could see the road, the highway. I think there's a little inlet over there. But yeah, the bay is there if you screw up.
Well, because we had a plane that went all the way in the water.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole bunch of years ago, probably. And I don't think anyone died on that, but it didn't slow down and it went right into the water.
No, and they say they had 3 or 4 a year that skid off runways, but they generally end up on the grass and in the mud. And this was...
Did you see the young reporter, I think it was on MSNBC, flies on the plane a lot?
Yeah.
And this young kid said, oh, man, we've had problems the whole way. There's been some rough landings through this whole campaign, this reporter was saying. Do you know anything about that?
I only heard what you heard. The same report from the same guy who said, he said initially that he took out his camera because the guy next to him was asleep.
Right.
And it looked like he wanted to record the guy asleep.
Yeah.
And now he's saying, I took out my camera because we've had some rough landings.
Right. That's a bullshitter.
So I think he flipped his own story.
Yeah. Right.
He's a bullshitter.
So he's just been filming every landing knowing he might get a good one?
No, this is the first time.
Oh, all right.
He was initially tried to make it sound like he was filming because they've had bad landings.
Right.
But there are apparently water bottles going everywhere, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, man. I mean, looking at the runway, it's just ripped up. But like I said, it's some kind of technology. And then it ended up on the grass. Imagine if Mike Pence died a week before the election.
Yeah, and the day before they released the news about the FBI reopening the email case.
What's that about? That was breaking right before the show.
Yeah, that just happened.
What do you got on that, Mike?
The FBI said, we've had some new information, and we're going to go back and reopen the Hillary email case, which it's 10 days before the election.
Yeah.
Is there enough time to actually investigate?
Yeah.
Is it going to hurt her? I don't know. Unless they come out really with some pretty damning evidence. I think she skates on that.
I think it's just the FBI trying to look good. You know what I mean? So they look like they're actually doing something. They're not on the tape.
It might be a little too late for that because everyone's been yelling and screaming that the FBI didn't do their jobs.
They didn't, man. They're fucking crooked, man.
Yeah, this does not look good. Not for the FBI, most of all. But Hillary looks like she's probably going to. Depends. 9 days, can you really find something out?
I think Trump does something nuts within the next half hour. Because every time something good happens.
Next half hour.
Like the next day, he's going to show somebody his balls or some shit. Like, it's going to be. He's going to punch a kid in the face. Or set some on fire.
He's mounting a comeback late in the game.
He'll fuck it up, bro, every time.
He's mounting a comeback. I'm changing again, and I have this feeling that he actually has a chance to win this thing, Mike.
He's halved the difference. A week ago, I sat here with you and said, it doesn't look good.
Right.
It's not happening.
Right.
And now, look.
Now the polls are closing.
Yep. But
getting a little closer.
Half hour.
In the next half hour, he's going to do something
spit
stupid.
On a baby. Like fucking, he always does something. Another prostitute's going to say that he tried to pick her up.
Well, all right. He just said this a little while ago. Here, go back to that.
Go. He's on his way to messing it up.
Donald Trump just canceled the election and named me president.
Well, this was last night. And
here he comes.
Look, he did that. He's joking.
I know he's joking, but then people
they lost their minds.
They lose their mind over that. I mean, you got to know when the guy is having a good time and joking. Right?
Yeah. Oh my God, they're making him like Kim Jong Un. Yeah. He's declaring himself president for life. Give me a break.
Kim Jong Un is getting very fat.
He's got all the sushi and cognac.
He's getting very fat. He's enjoying himself over there in North Korea while everyone else suffers. On what?
Wine and cheese.
Wine and cheese. He loves his wine and cheese. Go to the Donald Trump clip real fast there, Paulie.
What a difference. What a difference this is. And just thinking to myself right now, we should just cancel the election and just give it to Trump, right? What are we even having it for? What are we having it for?
He's the greatest.
Her policies are so bad.
There you go.
And Maddow lost his mind last night on that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Who, Rachel Maddow?
Yeah.
I hate that dude.
Yeah, he's tough.
She's pretty smart.
She's very smart.
She's pretty smart.
He's always freaking out.
Yeah.
She's
She's
very
very-
glasses and shit.
I watch her and I get really mad because she's extremely articulate, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I was like that.
She just sounds like a
I wish
super
I was-
yelper. You know what I mean?
I wish I was sort of articulate. But
very smart. But
what did
crazy.
she say about this?
She was saying this is another clue as to what he's going to do. He's going to he has like delusions of grandeur, and he wants to be a dictator. Just declare me the president. Come on.
No, you got to relax. You got to know when it's just bullshit. And you know,
Yeah,
the
he
guy's
was just
fooling
playing.
around. Let me say hi to Fontaine in Virginia. What's up, Fontaine?
Hey, the former captain of Team Hugo. How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Well, long time no talk. Congratulations on reinventing yourself yet again, Opie. Show is great.
Oh, thank you.
Instead of Stuntman Mike, you got Stunt Brain Mike in there. Hello, Mike.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Hello to Erock. But Cuban, how are you, my buddy?
What's going on, buddy?
You were talking about Opie putting your ass on the spot. You got to watch this fucking guy. It's part of why I love him, but he fucking loves to make shit uncomfortable.
Bro, I saw it in real time. I didn't know what to do. I was embarrassed for Phil Collins. Imagine that.
How are you embarrassed?
Because you're so straight about it, but you're like a fucking assassin.
After he
His
yelled
face
at you
doesn't
too,
change. His
but he
face-
yelled at you
Yeah,
too,
'cause
didn't
I
he?
like Susudio.
And you still got mad? You got upset for him?
Yeah, you aren't much better than me.
That's the only song I know to do.
Although you were trying to be nice, and he looked at you and rolled his eyes.
Right, he's
out
like-
of all the songs I've done in my career, you like Susu
He's
Studio?
like, get this fucking landscaper spick out of here.
Hey, Cuban.
Yeah.
My signal's not the best, but get Erock or somebody to tell you the story of what fucking Opie did to Jimmy Snuka. Holy shit. Great show, guys. Have a good one.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
What did you do to Superfly Jimmy Snuka?
It was just a thing.
He got his murder investigation reopened.
Wow.
Dude.
I mean, I can play it for you. You guys never heard this, really?
I didn't hear this one.
All right, it's a quick minute. And Erock knows all the ins and outs. But yeah, some say that we might have had something to do with this.
You Nancy Grace this motherfucker?
Not on purpose. I was just trying to be like a shock jock.
We're driving down to Allentown for the TV the next day.
Yeah.
So the girl, wanted to use the bathroom, So she got out and went to go use the bathroom, pulled over to the side. And I guess after she got done, she came back over like a stream that was there.
Uh-huh.
She jumped and slipped and banged her head. And I thought she was okay. I'm waiting in the car.
Sure.
And then sure enough, I looked out and I go, my goodness, what's going on here? So, I went and got her and brought her back in the car and took off, went to Allentown and called up the ambulance, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
What are the
crazy,
odds?
man.
Freak accident, huh?
I was going nuts.
Oh, man.
What's she doing now?
What?
What happened?
Jesus, Opie?
What? I don't know.
She didn't make it.
She died not there, though.
No.
Then Jimmy
died in the car.
Well, then Jimmy felt the uncomfortableness and decided to move everything along.
So how did that case come out when they reopened it?
I don't know. What do you know about that, Erock? Yeah, I knew the whole time that she died, the freak accident. I think it was at a rest area or something like that. So I just decided to be a dick and say, what is she up to these days? Where did Erock go? He has the details on that, Lewis.
He just ran to the back real quick, had to change something.
What does he have to change?
Didn't really say.
Oh, okay. But they reopened the case.
But this headline says he was not fit to stand trial.
Competent to stand trial on girlfriend's death. That was in June. Yeah. So, Erock, what do you know on this whole thing? Thank you.
It was all good till he came in that day.
Holy shit.
And, it was a story of legend. He was cleared. He was no longer a suspect after 30-something years.
This all went down in 1983.
Right. And then a certain video went online where you see a facial expression that seemed to cue a lot of people as to, we may need to open this up again and reinvestigate. And then shortly after that, say within a year, he was arrested again.
Wow.
but he's not competent. So where does it stand now?
That I don't know, but I know they did reopen the case.
Wow.
And they were checking some old evidence that they had deemed not usable.
God, can you imagine? You would have been called to testify, Hope.
Imagine that.
Well, I wasn't there in 1983.
Too. You would have made people uncomfortable in the court, too.
I wasn't there in 1983. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but I mean, right now he's not, or he's deemed not of mind to participate with the case here, but it's still not officially closed.
I used to love him on the show. He did the show forever over the years. Why are you giving me a dirty look?
Because I don't think you had him since NEW until that time. So it was like 12 years, and then all of a sudden he's now, facing murder 1.
I think we had him on a couple times since NEW. No?
I don't think so.
No? All right. Well, that's the story of Jimmy Superfly Snooker.
Yeah. So you'll probably be in the the documentary or whatever
I think
Lifetime TV movie they make years down the line.
I think it was his body language. People were like, that doesn't...
Yeah, it was his face thing when his eyes went up and he started gripping.
Right. Yeah.
And then looking around the room.
Yeah, he was very uncomfortable. He didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Why, because he killed the girl?
Well, I mean,
allegedly.
Some say.
She tried to jump over a creek and slipped on the grass and hit her head.
Where I come from, you tell me some fucking creek story, you killed her.
Some say, but he said that it was some freak accident.
Look, he brought her to the hospital. He put her in the car and drove 30 miles or whatever it was?
And he never faced time for it. That was all the way back in 1983. And like Eric said, then they reopened it, recently.
They were trying to tie it into the old Rowdy Roddy Piper promo with him where he smashed him in the head with a coconut.
Right.
And since that time, he has not been, all there. They're trying to say that was the moment that set a whole chain of events that
so you're
maybe...
telling me Jimmy was smart before that shit?
No, but it's such a wild theory, but they're trying to say that moment started a whole chain of events that led to possibly this particular situation.
Right.
When the girl slipped in a creek and he killed her.
Right. And then he, had a successful wrestling career for the next 30 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were no witnesses, so
lock him up.
It was his word against no one's, really. So
she's dead.
She's dead.
Let's go to Brendan in North Carolina. Brendan, welcome to the show.
Hey, Opie. Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
I was wanting to ask Stump Brain if he's heard about the new FBI email investigation they're opening back up for Hillary.
We were just talking about that. Yeah, the FBI said they're going to do this, and now watch the committee. The Judiciary Committee out of the House and the Senate are all screaming. They want all the emails released. And I don't know if the FBI is going to do that right away. I don't know if there's enough time. Look, they had these emails months and months ago, and nothing happened.
No, they said they found some now with Carlos Dangerous
Well, they found the 33,000 that got deleted. They're somewhere else, apparently.
Yeah, new emails discovered during Anthony Weiner's sexting investigation. Breaking news, FBI source to Ed Henry.
3 days ago, there was a posting on the internet of a guy who said, you want all 33,000 emails, go to the NSA website, put in these codes, get a hold of this guy, and you'll get all of them. So I'm sure somebody at the FBI went, we want all of those. And maybe that's where it is. Ed's a pretty stand-up guy. So if an FBI source has told Ed Henry this, that now, guess what? Your old pal Anthony Weiner is involved.
Oh, God.
Fucking.
He can't be. Huma's got to be just killing herself.
Why?
Well,
she's moving on from him.
Yeah, but it's still going to bring it all back.
Is she Hillary's lover?
Why are you asking me?
I'd say yes.
Because you're in that political world, and it's one of those rumors that have been floating out there for a while.
That would ruin any Huma Abedin fantasy I might have.
Right. But you've heard the rumor.
Well, yeah, it seems like they're a little close. For how many years now?
Yeah, but if they're close, then why would Anthony Weiner be in the picture?
Well, look, this is new emails discovered when they were investigating Anthony Weiner's sexting. That's where all this came up.
Yeah.
Because they're going after Weiner. They're looking at him for underage sexting.
Oh, I know.
And that's where all this new emails allegedly have been found.
The whole thing is a mess.
It's a gigantic
10 days before we pick our next president. It's just the whole thing is a mess across the board. It's unbelievable.
What happens if she wins and then gets indicted?
Obama will pardon her, and then that's it. We'll move on.
That's an interesting thought, because Obama will probably say, for the good of the country,
Yeah,
the people
guys,
elected
it's just
her.
emails.
Yeah, but
Don't
then
worry
that'll
about
fuck
it.
up his legacy. Because he's
course
got to
it will.
start thinking about his legacy. And the fact is, the Obamas don't like the Clintons. Tell them, stunt brain.
Oh, this is huge, and
Tell 'em.
this is why we don't understand why Michelle Obama's out there with Hillary on the campaign trail. It's only to save Barack's reputation, his legacy, because if she doesn't get elected, the biggest thing he did, Obamacare, gets crushed.
Sure.
Obamacare sucks.
So
balls.
that's out. Well, yeah. Look at those increases.
It went up 20.
I went up from 1,200 to 3,600.
Well,
You got tripled.
I got tripled in Jersey. I took I have insurance, but I took it off my kids because they don't know.
Well, most are going up 22%.
22%, and they're trying to say, look, they're going to get subsidies. If yours goes up, we're going to give you subsidies, but you have to qualify. And guess who pays for the subsidies? You pay.
do.
So anybody who gets subsidies, the guys in this room are paying for that.
Right.
I'm not getting subsidy.
pays for it.
There's pictures of me in a Ferrari
What?
on Instagram.
Wait, what? I'm paying for it? What the
Pay
fuck?
for it. Yeah, you pay for
What
it.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's it.
The rich dogs.
Thanks, Hope. Thanks for the subsidies.
All right. Anything else, Brendan?
Well, what if she's sworn in first, and then that's when the FBI brings the indictment?
Well, if she's sworn,
She
She doesn't get pardoned, then you got Tim Kaine, right?
it's got to
He moves
go.
up.
It's got to go to November or January 20th. If she's sworn in, then Kaine is automatically president.
I just feel like this whole thing
that. Yeah.
leads to Tim Kaine being the next president.
It's like House of Cards in real life.
Yeah,
I feel like Tim Kaine is going to be the president.
that's kind of frightening to me.
I don't know if it's going to be because she falls flat on her face or gets indicted, but I just get this weird feeling Tim Kaine's going to be our president within a year.
I think the only
Within
thing
a
that
year.
takes her out is health.
Do you think that? But she seems pretty healthy.
I think she died on September 11th. This is another lady.
You think this is the double?
You're one of
No,
those.
I'm just
Okay.
joking. I'm just joking.
Okay.
No,
all
there's.
right.
I have audio from her this week
one of
that she
those.
sounds horrible.
Really?
Yeah, but look at the debate. She had a debate, 5 days off.
Mm-hmm.
She did nothing. They put her in the hyperbaric chamber, pumped her full of Gatorade and whatever, God knows, whatever else. And she was great at the debate.
I got to take the other side of that, though. I mean, she could only hurt herself if she's out in public too much.
I agree with Hope. Yeah.
But she
She's
has
pretty
to-
much letting Trump step on his own dick, and she's just, keeping out of his way.
But she has to be out because Florida's in play. If she wins
Oh,
Florida,
no, now she's got to be
Yeah.
back out there because it got tight again.
Yeah. If you
Right?
hear this, I have a clip. I'll send it to Erock of her in Florida. She sounds terrible.
I would love to hear that.
It's. Let me send. I'll send it on to Erock.
All right. Brendan, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right. There goes Brendan from North Carolina. So this race is close again, huh, Stumpbrain?
It looks like it. There's a couple of things that could make it not so close. If she wins North Carolina and if she wins Georgia, this is what my best political pundit says. Georgia's real close right now. If she wins Georgia, normally always a red state, she'll get 400 electoral votes.
Oh, my
That'll be an
God.
indicator. But this came out before the FBI investigation popped.
Right.
So just watching it all, Georgia's a big clue right now.
Do you really think people are changing their mind at this point? I don't think so. I think this shit's all bullshit. I mean, everyone knows what's 3% going to change. Everyone else.
It is kind of scary how the polls move.
I don't buy it.
They move so much. It's like, oh my God, make up your mind. You still can't figure this out. Who you want?
Now, I'm not.
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah, I make sandwiches for a living, so take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? But I think that now the polls are getting close, just so these polling companies don't look like assholes after the election.
Well,
You know what I mean?
if you look at Nate Silver's 538, he's the guy I trust because he takes all of the polls together and he shows you where the electoral votes are. Nationally, it could be 50, 51, 49. But she still could win 400 electoral votes if she gets the states.
But Nate also said that he would never become the Republican nominee.
That's true.
With all his bullshit.
And Charlie Cook said the same thing.
Yeah.
Charlie Cook said it would have been Cruz.
Yeah.
But,
you can't listen to smart people in this election because the stupid guy's running. You got to listen to
That's
stupid
true.
people.
It's a great point.
Let me say hi to Jen in good old Rhode Island. Jen, go ahead.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm used to hearing Stunt Brain over the phone, and a couple weeks ago, a week ago, when he was on, I didn't know it was him talking, and I thought it was Jeni. And I was so perplexed. I'm like, why is Opie being so nice to Jeni? And then I turned it on. And then
Dennis?
I turned it on, and I heard it again. I'm like, wait, is this Jeni? Is this Stunt Brain? And I'm like, nah, he's saying things that are way too smart to be Jeni.
I actually like Denny. I ran into him in the old break room. He was making himself some coffee or tea, and he's wearing a Kango. Right?
No way.
Here, play this. It's on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, it's Opie Radio. It's up there right now. Push play. Nice hat, Dennis.
This is a very nice hat. I've had this hat a long time. It's a Kangol. You know where's Kangol? The brothers.
Wow. A Kangol.
All right, watch out, guys.
A Kangol. Thanks. Yeah, some other people have said that Stump Brain sounds a lot like Dennis Falcone.
Wow. I met him last week for the first time.
And what do you think?
He's everything you've painted him to be.
Well, we're trying to figure it out. You say Kangol, right? Kangol hat?
Kangol, yeah.
I always used to say Kango.
There's an L on the end of
there
that.
Is, but
yeah.
Most people, British. Anyway, he's walking around with this ridiculous hat, and me and Paul were talking. We don't know if he does this on purpose just so people will talk about him. What do you think, Paul?
No, that's just him being him.
You think it's really just him being him?
Yeah.
So he doesn't give a fuck?
I think his head's small, and it creeps me out, and I don't trust him.
Well,
he does have a pre-Zika head.
He has a Zika. Yeah. He's a little Zika head.
We've moved on. Now we think he looks like Mr. Mackey.
Mr. Mackey.
From South Park, and we want to get glasses for him for his Halloween costume. But there, you could check that out on my Instagram. He's part of my Instagram story. Do you do Instagram story?
I don't do Instagram story.
I'm obsessed with Instagram story. People are like, well, if you're doing Instagram story, you got to Snapchat. I'm like, Snapchat is for teenagers.
It's all for teenagers.
Huh?
What's Instagram story?
Thank you.
What's Instagram story?
It's Snapchat.
What's Snapchat?
Instagram just stole the idea.
Isn't that the dating thing where you swipe?
No. It's quick videos that go away in 24 hours. So you kind of like, I don't know, record your day, basically.
The fuck wants to see me yelling at some fucking dishwasher?
Me?
You got to figure out...
I want to watch that.
Oh, Christ. Come in for a second.
He can move.
He doesn't leave, though, Hope. He doesn't leave. That's the problem, cuz.
Hey, what's up, Dennis Falcone?
Oh, he's got the hat on.
Hello, gentlemen.
How many shows have you been on today?
Just this one.
Okay, then you could stay.
Yeah.
This guy thinks he's a radio star now, so he's doing every fucking radio show in the building now.
I saw the hard drive of hits when I met him. Yeah, I got to see it the first time I met him.
It feels like you're looking at something very famous when you look at the hard drive of hits.
I frankly expected it to be in like a glass case with a little sign on it.
Yeah, you got to protect that better.
I have 3 of them. 4 of them, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you wearing that silly hat today?
I like it. I'll show you why. Hang on.
Okay.
It's good for cold weather because...
It has flaps.
It has flaps.
Oh, my God.
Fucking retard.
This is great.
How many times did you get beat up at school and shoved in a
You
locker?
look like a Down syndrome rugby player with that fucking thing.
You look like you got mumps.
Mumps.
Well, then I can
You got to see the old mumps pictures online.
I look a lot like Joe Pantaleone, right? Joey Pants.
Dude,
right?
that hat is tough to pull off.
What do you mean?
Not many people in general could pull that hat off, and you certainly can't.
George Wallace pulls that off. But
Yeah, George Wallace.
That's not a real Kangol.
I remember when he got shot.
No, we're
not talking about
George Wallace.
Right, we're talking about the black George Wallace.
Oh.
That's not a real Kangol. That's
Yes,
a
it is.
knockoff Kangol.
No, it's not.
And it has the flaps.
It's old. It's got the logo in there.
Mad Cuban, what do you think?
Wait a second.
This is an embarrassment.
Look.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I stand corrected.
This is legit, man.
You got to be Cuban or something to wear something like that. Watch, I'll put it on. I bet you it looks good.
All right, yeah.
It looks good on me.
Could the Mad Cuban put on your...
I had that hat since 1986.
See?
Yeah, that works.
See, it works on him.
It works on the Cuban.
Yeah, it looks good.
See?
You need some ethnicity to wear that hat.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
You look like you're selling ice cream or some shit with
I'll
it.
give that to you. It looks like I'm a cabbie.
All right. Can you leave? Everything else is good with you?
All right, take care, cuz.
What do you got going on this weekend? Halloween weekend.
I'm just going to... Oh, I'm sorry. That's your music. You got to go now. I was going to answer your question, too.
Leave the hat, cuz. God, that's awkward. I can't even look at him.
All right, that's 2 in the first hour. You made the Mad Cuban uncomfortable with the uncomfortable.
I enjoy Dennis Falcone.
I'm telling you, Phil Collins was the most uncomfortable I've been in years.
Oh, that one's easy.
Oh, I don't want to see
It's
it.
gotten way worse than that over the years. Right, Eric? Give him one that was way worse than Phil Collins. And it can't be any of the ones I did to you.
Then I'm out.
How about one Erock?
How about Richard Jeni?
All right, he's dead, though.
Yeah. Well, that was before he died.
Richard Jeni.
Did you get him locked up too?
No, I mean, at NEW, like, he would come by, and I wasn't feeling it, so we would make him call from outside the studio on a cell phone. He's one of the biggest comics of all time, and I'm making him play, call us through the glass, and then he had to kind of be funny and win us over, and then we would let him into the studio.
That's good.
The segment was called Prison Visits.
Oh my God.
So they would have to look in through the glass door to the studio on a phone, and that's how they did the interview. They were not allowed in the studio.
The best part of that, he went with the bit thinking, oh, silly radio guys, okay. And then he was looking at me like, okay, we done? I want to come in now. And I'm like, nah, you weren't that great. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? We didn't let him in.
No. I think for a minute to do a plug, and that was it.
Right.
So even if he was great, he never made it in? That's awesome.
One of the nicest guys in comedy. I'm sorry he's gone. He had depression.
I know.
I wonder why.
Took his own life, but
in the shower, right?
From that, yeah.
Wait a second. So the guy you never let in here offed himself?
I had nothing. That was years after that whole thing.
Started the ball rolling.
This show's a
He had
widowmaker.
a lot of success after that dumb bit that we came up with.
He had a TV show for a minute. The Platypus Man. Yeah.
Right.
On UPN.
No, he was a very talented comic, to be completely honest with you. He killed himself in the shower, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he used to send...
Did he hang himself?
I think it was, but he used to send Christmas cards and say, I made a donation in your name, and it was a real charity thing, and it was legit. He was the nicest guy.
To the Human Fund?
No, it was actually a real charity.
Oh, okay.
He was a good dude.
Yes. He shot himself?
Shot himself.
He shot himself in the shower. Yeah, that's kind of a dick move though to send someone a card and say, "Hey, I made a donation in your name to this certain charity."
I don't know. He's
it's sort of like you're just kind of bragging about it. How about you just make the donation and no one needs to know about it?
Yeah, well, maybe he's doing it for PR.
Well, that's true too.
Or to get other people involved.
That's true.
Other examples?
Yes, Erock, yes.
All right.
Let's go to the phones.
No, go ahead. Give me another one.
What about the guy you dumped mustard on?
What?
Yeah.
I know one, but it was Erock that caused it.
Well, let me explain the mustard one. That was when we were on 57th Street. How many floors up? Like 5 or 6?
5, yeah.
I'm trying to remember. And we had a guy come in with toothpick art, and he was going to be on Letterman, and it was impressive. But I was trying to get his toothpick art, and I was going to smash it in front of everybody,
right?
Before I could go on Letterman with it. And I was going to do this, but he never handed it to me, right, Erock? But I don't remember why he ran out of the studio.
Because you were trying to throw things at it once he wouldn't hand it to you. You started launching projectiles around the room, and then he took off with it because that was supposed to be his big presentation on Letterman.
So this guy made some toothpick shit.
I think
that's his whole life, right?
I think it was Letterman, I think.
It was for Letterman.
Right, Erock?
No, I think it was a Letterman portrait made out of toothpicks.
No, he would make sculptures like buildings and things like that out of toothpicks. I ran into the guy at CVS across the street, and I said, I got to bring this guy.
Was he working there?
No, he was just there shopping, and
for toothpicks.
Who knows?
Yeah, he probably needed
I was like, hey, we do a radio show across the street. You should come on.
He probably had to touch up his toothpick art before Letterman.
Like, Erock would notice that, dude. Like, if I'm looking at girls and stuff, Erock's looking at the toothpick guy.
Hey, there's toothpick guy.
Yeah, but if he's holding a toothpick art, I think you would notice that. I'm going to defend Erock on this one.
Dude, I'm counting yoga pants up and down the aisles.
This is why you don't do good radio.
So... all right, then I started throwing stuff at his toothpick art, and then he ran out of the studio.
Right.
And
went down the elevators.
And then I ran to the window with mustard, because that's all I could find, and I was going to spray it on him 5 stories below as he's leaving the building. And instead of getting him, I got a Chinese gentleman.
You did, yeah.
An Asian gentleman.
And his shirt as he's walking into work.
And he just couldn't figure out why he's now covered in mustard as he's just trying to go to work.
That's awesome.
And then we had to see that guy all the time, but no one broke. He never found out, why that day.
That's a good squad.
He walked into that building covered in mustard from above.
Somebody had to know. Someone's had to have heard and told him. No?
That one, Eric?
I don't know. We didn't know the guy.
You ever run into Mustard Man?
No, never saw him again.
I would see him from time to time because he
if I
worked
was
in
him,
the
I
building.
would change my walk. I wouldn't go down that street no more.
Right. Yeah, we should bring some of that fun back, don't you think, Eric?
That's our old building
time.
there, by the way. I walked past it the other day.
They took the whole thing out?
The whole thing's condemned.
Wow.
They got rid of everything. They're going to gut it and put another huge.
Wait, which building is it now?
See the one with all the windows with the boards?
Wood? That's our old building?
That's our old building.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was the one in between. Oh, no. In between was an open lot.
Right.
That's right.
I'll bet Tim Reed's still in there.
Oh, my God.
He was at K-Rock.
He's a K-Rock guy. God, I wonder whatever happened to Tim Reed. He was a true soldier for this radio show.
He was crazy.
Every version of this radio show, he was a soldier. Absolutely.
Do you remember the uncomfortable moment Erock gave us when the cheerleader contestants were in the studio?
The one that punched me in the stomach?
The one you called Cloverfield?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? I don't remember this one.
We were judging. They were going to have K-Rock girls, and they brought all the finalists.
Oh, I forgot about the K-Rock girls.
And we're rating them, and Erock gave this one girl. She wasn't bad. We gave her like a 6 or a 3 or something, and she mouthed off, and you called her Cloverfield. It was one of the best moments.
Yeah, Erock's got to get a little credit here, too.
Did anybody ever hook up with the girls?
Erock had... Erock,
they didn't last long.
No, they
you don't need a long time, 10 minutes.
Erock had some... Erock had some balls on him as well. We got to bring our balls back, Erock. What do you think?
No, those days are gone.
Why?
Kid, you're going to do that in the afternoon?
I don't know.
Why not? Why? People don't like girls in the afternoon?
I don't even mean girls. Just bring our balls
Just
back.
some of the craziness that was happening.
Do you have the clip of you hitting, what's her name?
Oh, Justine Jolie.
Yeah. Can you find that real fast? Going down memory lane right now. I apologize to the people that know all these stories.
Uncomfortable moments. Walk down memory lane.
Well, I mean, Erock gave this one girl a nice hit. He was supposed to just spank her nicely.
Oh, I remember this.
And the sound this made, oh my God.
You got to the bone, Erock?
Oh, it wasn't good.
There's still a handprint there.
I have it cued to the hit. So,
okay, listen to this.
All right, ready? Mm-hmm. So, this porn star, Justine Jolie, she's naked, bent over, and Jimmy has a fascination about the right way to spank a girl.
Right.
And he has this whole procedures that he does. And
Good thing to have.
They were trying to teach me how to do it, and I'm not good at that particular technique.
Right.
And this was the result of it.
Damn!
Ow. Motherfucker! Fuck you!
Erock!
Son of a bitch!
Erock!
Ow!
Holy shit!
Bruise, mate. Look!
Are you shitting me?
You fucking
She's
weirdo.
fair skinned too. You don't. Oh my God! Do you know how to fucking spank a girl? You douchebag!
Well,
dude, you're supposed to tap.
Well, this is the first time I've done
It's
it.
not like you're beating women up.
Fuck nut. Ooh.
You don't
See, here I was all thinking, and he got crack too. You should say no to crack, man.
Holy shit!
And he got
Didn't
cracked
even
too.
get the whole ass cheek. Went for the fucking crotch too.
I think-
Son of a bitch.
Dude, I don't mean to laugh, but
that was brutal.
She was being a bit cocky about I can handle spanking and stuff. And then, I mean, Anthony sounds like he's very concerned in that clip, but I remember that day like it was yesterday, and it, was doing a little acting because I think he was giving like Erock a thumbs up because he knew it was really good radio at that point.
Right.
She's pissed off out of her mind.
Yeah, well, apparently the print of my hand welted up on her ass, and she had to go do a photo shoot right after that.
Yeah.
So that didn't happen.
All right.
Hotline.
Let me say hi to Kevin Brennan. Kevin.
Okay.
All right, listen. Before you say anything, all right?
I'm downstairs. I got to use the bathroom. Can you let me up?
Are you downstairs?
Yes.
We didn't know that.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm downstairs in the lobby.
Because you DM'd me today and said that you could do the show today because you knew. I think I went on Twitter and basically said I had no one to do the radio show with today, and then I had a bunch of people, and then Sherrod, who was supposed to do the show the whole time, he said he could do the show, so I canceled everybody else. And then Sherrod writes me and says, I can't do the show today after all because I'm doing a documentary for my black college. And then I just realized as I saw you on the hotline that I never wrote you back.
So is that a now or yes?
You wrote, I could do today's show if you need somebody. And then I was going to write you back and I was going to ask you if we're good.
All right, well, can I come up and use the bathroom or no?
I'm getting hot.
Yeah, you can come up.
We put him in. He can come up.
All right. Come on up.
Thanks.
All right. What is going on? Eric, what's that about?
No. Yeah, thank you. I have no idea. We had no idea Kevin was coming.
Maybe he just decided. I don't mind if people just come by and,
Lewis is going to get him right now.
Come by and say hi. So, all right, we'll have Kevin Brennan on in a few minutes.
Look at this. This might be real, man.
What? Clinton campaign FBI director should give Americans more information immediately.
This must be real.
So
they want to know what the FBI knows. That's what they're saying.
But they're all in the same fucking payroll and just pick up the phone.
No, that's coming from the Clinton campaign. The Clinton campaign is saying FBI directors should give Americans more information immediately because they feel confident that they don't have anything or they would never make that statement, right, Stumpray?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And they're saying if you got something, bring it out.
Bring it out instead of making people wondering what...
going to be pissed.
All of them over there.
He's going to break a window, that one.
So they must feel confident, like, look, they don't really have anything that can affect this thing, but if you don't put it out there, then the voters are going to be like, what the fuck, we can't trust this one, so we got to vote for Trump.
The sooner you get it out there, the better, because you'll be able to put it to bed.
Right.
And so that's why they want it all out now. That's why they do opposition research, which Trump didn't do, or he would have known about the women and the tapes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that the Clinton campaign had that, the biographer guy, those audio tapes, they got him offered to them in March. And they must have already heard him because they turned him down. The New York Times picked it up this week.
Have you ever seen a politician like Trump survive so much crazy shit?
No, he's
and
like
still
Godzilla.
be like 40% in the polls?
He's Godzilla. You shoot him with electricity, he gets stronger.
He literally is on tape saying, grab her by the pussy.
And he's still in this
And he might win.
Well, it was 11 years ago.
But he could stand in Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and still not lose votes.
He said that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean...
I love him.
His greatest hits is pretty amazing.
Stumper.
If that was an album, you would buy that because the greatest hits would be just ridiculous. But that just shows the weakness of Hillary Clinton as a candidate, right? Stump Brain.
Well, yeah, she's the worst candidate the Dems have had in 60 years.
If they had some of that...
Seriously.
No, that's why Trump is surviving all this.
She's worse than Michael Dukakis.
No.
Oh yeah. She should. This should have been a slam dunk for her.
Right.
She should have been coronated, not having to go through this. Sanders gave her a hard time.
Right.
Think about that. A socialist.
Right.
And he almost pulled it off.
He's from Vermont. That's not even in America.
I like skiing in Vermont.
That's over there by Canada.
I'm going to do that this winter finally. I'm going to start skiing again.
Stump Brain. What happens if something does come out and she is arrested and charged, say after the election, say she gets the election and she's arrested and charged before she takes office and she's found guilty? What happens?
That's a good question. I need to go to a constitutional expert. Usually, if something happens before they're inaugurated, I don't.
Because
I don't know
before
if
the election, they just will lose the election. But once they're elected and not in office yet, what do you do?
They would have to replace her in some way. If she's in jail or if she's facing an indictment, she'll fight it because you could fight an indictment for years.
Yeah.
If they're not going to trial, but this could be, if this is real, it's a big deal.
No matter who becomes president in 10 days, it's going to be a mess, and it's going to continue to be fascinating.
Yeah, that's great
to watch.
Great for the news people like me.
Sure. All right, we got to take a quick break. Kevin Brennan's going to come in here and say hi. My mentor's coming in today, Brother Weaves.
Really?
Yeah, he's in town to, I don't know, I think it's parent weekend or something for his son.
Has he done an update?
Yeah, we've been in touch.
But have you done it on the air yet?
No. No.
Oh, cool.
I don't think it wasn't cancer, thank God. He had his vocal cords operated on, and he can't talk for a month, and his station basically made him take a leave of absence. Which means they don't fucking pay him, which is ridiculous, because they don't have a radio station without the guy. This business just sucks a dick.
If he would have said he had alcoholism or sex addiction, they would have had to pay him, and send him away for 90 days.
The guy left. The guy left his show for a month. Not sure if he had cancer on the vocal cords. But it turned out it was okay.
Thank God.
I think he's going back to work next week. But he's coming in to say hi. I'm very excited to see him. I haven't seen him in about a year. All right, Cuban, what do you got?
Nothing. What, like to pitch?
I don't fucking pay you, so fucking
come to my restaurant. Marie's in Chatham. Chatham, New Jersey.
We're going to continue. We'll be back with Kevin Brennan.